I personally do not care what anyone says. The wrong person was actually sent. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is another case of BP and PP, honey. A huge case. Huge. All I see here is backpedaling and pussy popping. I don't see anything else. The wrong person was sent down to the drag race to represent the trans community. And that's it. 3 episodes, and I'm completely convinced that Gia Gunn was the wrong person to be sent to RuPaul's Drag Race to represent our trans community. I'm not going to have it. It was just wrong. She was the wrong person. I sat and I watched her, and I know she has fans, and I don't care if they get upset. That's on you all. Y'all's girl was completely out of order. I have watched her. She was rude. She was nasty. She was mean. She was conniving. She was everything that I don't like about queens. And I'd say that not queens in general, but there's a specific type of queen that if you've been watching me for any time, I've always said I don't like bitchy queens. And that's what she represented. She didn't represent a trans queen. She didn't represent a talented queen. She didn't represent a queen that deserved to be there at all. She represented an old nasty queen. She made racist statements. She made rude statements to the drag queens. She just went there and perpetuated a bunch of garbage. She went right down in there and put the drag queens versus the trans girls thing in full motion. I said, bitch, are you serious? That last episode, the things that she said sitting on that stool over there to Latrice, I was like, baby, Latrice is going to hit her in 5, 4, 3, 2. Ooh, honey. I was waiting on it. I thought she was going to give her this off of the chair. Just rude. She talked about her being heavy. She talked about her being a man. And just on and on and on. Just perpetuating a bunch of stereotypes that was just nasty. It just didn't come across good. And then when she called Trinity an old white bitch, I was about done. And that was Trinity and Caitlyn Jenner she was talking about. An old white bitch? Really? And this is who y'all sent down here to represent the trans community. Child please. If I was trans, baby, I'd be heated. And I'm not. I'm not trans. But I'm pretty hot under my collar. And I can imagine that the trans community is very embarrassed at this point. Very embarrassed, because where does this actually put the trans community as pertains to RuPaul's Drag Race going forward? What is Ru going to feel this time? How's she going to feel now? And then now that they're going around, they're doing junkets and doing appearances. I'm literally sitting and watching interviews of this whore down here, just reading Ru and attacking Ru every time she gets a chance. Just like Ru didn't open up the door for her to do whatever it is she's going to do. And the final straw that brought me to this place today, making this video, is she did a video of her own, and she's sitting there on her channel, her YouTube channel, and she's talking about it. And she basically was saying she does not um, apologize for anything that she said or anything that she did on the show, and she's not placing blame in editing or on the producers, that those were her feelings and that those were the things she said, that she was making a show and it is what it is, and then tomorrow come on out and see her while she's on tour. Bitch, if I gotta buy a ticket, it'll be empty every night, whore. It'll be empty every night because I just couldn't see it. But yet sat on when she did What You Packing, and she sat there with Michelle Visage. You sat face to face with Michelle Visage, and oh, I'm so appreciative of RuPaul and everyone giving me this opportunity and this, that, and the other. And then a little later, you do your thing, girl, backpedaling and pussy popping. Something completely different. Given, yes, I was a nasty bitch. Yes, I was the villain. Someone has to do it. And I did. Oh, well, that's cute. You think that's cute, Miss Chicken? Well, good for you, bitch. Good for you. I don't plan to see her down to the RuPaul's Drag Race anymore. I hope they never call her back for anything. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And then this back and forth, and then sitting in interviews and reading Rue's fashions. Just anywhere she could get a dig in with Rue, she's throwing them out there. I think it's disgusting. And I mean, it's not to say that everybody has to like Rue. Everybody doesn't have to like her. Everybody doesn't have to like her, but God damn it, you do have to respect her. If it wasn't for her, nobody would even know who Gia Gunn is. I wouldn't know you. I'm in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, bitch, and I had never heard of you before she uttered your name out of her mouth. Bitch, I had never heard of you. Never, and I'm all over the internet. Never heard of you, bitch. Never heard of you. And at this point, I really don't care if I ever hear you again. Just horrible. And I hope you haven't created any division, any further division between the trans girls and the regular drag girls. I hope you all don't buy into that mess, because I'm not. I don't feel any kind of way about my trans sisters, honey. I think everybody's cool. I've learned I've been in this business for 23 years. I have learned from the trans girls just like I've learned from regular drag queens, honey. Just plain regular drag. And the girls that live, because when I say plain regular drag queens, I mean they live as boys and they actually perform. They are professional performers. And when I say my trans girls, those are the girls, they live as girls every day, all day long. They're women all day, every day. That's what I'm talking about. So I know some of my people don't understand what I'm saying, and if I'm confusing you, I'm sorry. But no, my regular, and I say regular drag queens, I mean living as a boy and performing as drag. And my regular trans girls, they're regular as well, but they live as girls and they perform, drag. So that's that. I hope that clears that up for you. But Gia, child, she just living as a clown, acting like a clown. And on that, I'm out of here. Backpedaling and pussy popping. Girl, if you don't get somewhere and sit your ass down.